So, you think Tony Romo will not lead us to multiple championships? Well, honestly, this is where your boy Shango is. I don't think, maybe if we get the right people in and make all the right moves, I think he can may bring us one because he's a good quarterback. I mean, he'll go to someone like maybe the Chiefs and Todd Haley to have him maybe winning a championship or somebody like that. But he needs to be in a well-structured environment, and somebody needs to tell him what he's doing and not doing right at all the time, and hold him accountable for what he's doing. So this is not a indictment on how Tony Romo plays the game, because that's what I'm talking about. I'm going a little bit more deeper in why this might be the perfect time to trade him to maximize what we need to do in this overhaul. All right, first of all, you have to think, what do we need? Coaching staff. Okay, I didn't make a video of like, should Wade be fired, because we all know Wade should be fired, so that's no problem. Offensive line has to be totally retooled. Defensive line has to be almost completely overhauled. We need depth at every position, and there's a little thing going on with the running back situation I want to bring up to you. Okay, new coach. We've talked about Gruden, Billick, Cowher, my boy Rex Ryan, Leslie Frazier. I kind of liked him, but Minnesota's defense lost that game versus New England, so he's kind of out of it. But between those four, I told you how I feel about the top guys. We just need to give somebody the power over this organization, and we need to root out the losers and root out this losing mentality. And you would not be giving those guys a honest chance if you give them whoever is quitting or whoever is the quitters, and we'll find that out. That's why I'm not ready. I don't care about Wade losing right now. My interest is finding out which players on this team are quitters and which ones are ready to ball. Offensive line, we got to get rid of Garrard. We got to get rid of Colombo. We got to get rid of Davis. We got to get rid of Kozer, mainly because he's hurt. Free probably can stay, but is he a right tackle? Is he a starting left tackle? Is he a backup? We don't know about Free. He's still being evaluated. So the offensive line is going to have to be completely retooled. How long does that take? That takes 2 to 3 years, in my opinion, to put together an effective offensive line. You can put parts together, but then you got to wait until it gels, wait until it gels, wait until it gels. Like the New York Giants offensive line, they've been together for a while. That's why they were blowing us off the ball, because they knew exactly what the other person was doing. Now, if you think about this, Tony Romo will be 31 years old next time he takes a snap for the Dallas Cowboys. Troy retired at 34, and Troy was shot at least 2 of those last years when he was 34. So, Romo is already on the tail end of his career. If we don't have an offensive line for him right now, and it takes 2 to 3 years to put an offensive line together, we're not going to give him a chance, and we're going to keep breaking him also. He won't make it through. When he comes back again, and we patchwork offensive line up front, and he comes back again, you know what they're going to do. They're going to test that new offensive line, and boom, 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 crack clavicle again, out for the season. For the second year in a row, we go 3-13 again. You know what I'm saying? That's how we went out with Troy Aikman. We should have got rid of Troy. I know this sounds blasphemous, but the way New England and Philadelphia play the game, man, it's awesome. Troy, he led us into futility because he couldn't do anything anymore. He was gun shy and everything his last few years, and we just kept believing in Troy that all we need is a tight end. All we need is another line so we can give him protection. All we need is, we kept making excuses of all we needed to get Troy back to the championship, and it was done. The door is closed. That's what I said is going on with Romo with these Cowboys. Romo might make a Super Bowl with some other team, but he's got to go to a team that's ready. He's got to go to a team that'll be ready in the next couple of years for him to win it, or else it's not going to happen. So it's time, in my opinion, to get rid of a lot of these players, because right now we are overvalued. In my opinion, you can argue that fact if you want to, but in my opinion, we're terribly overvalued. And right now, we need to make some trades for some people. Even Miles Austin, even if somebody gives us Royce type stuff for 2 first-rounders for Miles, okay. I mean, I love Miles too, but to give all that money to a receiver, and you just need somebody to catch the ball. Look at Sam Bradford. Sam Bradford's throwing the ball to my cousin Willie. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I mean, as long as you have a good quarterback that's going to get the ball, anybody can catch the ball. Buccaneers drafted a whole bunch of rookies and they're catching everything. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I would listen to anybody other than DeMarcus Ware and Dez just because Dez has so much potential. That's why I said that. It ain't out of anger. I've been thinking through this for a long time, people. The defensive overhaul. D. Ware, Spencer, Rat, Jenkins, Newman. All those guys can be used. Spencer, we're not getting the best out of Spencer, I don't believe. He's a physical specimen. And I think I can see him playing on a big-time defense like Baltimore, Pittsburgh, or something like that. So Spencer, Rat, who needs to go back out to defensive end, is not a defensive tackle. Jenkins, Newman, all those guys can be used in a new defensive scheme. Useless to the next coach is Skandrick, Igor. Igor needs to be off. Now, Igor might be useful to the next one, but he needs to be off the team for other reasons. And you know what the reasons I'm talking about. If you want to clean up stupidity, you start right there. Don't beat me up, Igor. Spears, I don't know. I've been waiting for Spears. He's one of my favorite players. I've been waiting for him to break out, but I don't know. I don't know if he can cut it with another coach. Brooken, useless to another coach. And Sensabaugh, maybe not. Addressing the draft. We need a defensive tackle. We need maybe 2 defensive tackles, but one definitely is a starter. We need defensive ends, maybe 2. One's definitely a starter. We need safeties, both safeties, free and soft, free and strong, and we need both starters. I don't think Sensabaugh is a starter. Maybe he can move in for as a backup at special teams. I don't know, but I think we do need 2 safeties. A nickel corner. Skandrick, we know the importance of a nickel corner now, right? So we need a nickel corner. We need an inside linebacker for Brady. Lee's going to come in for Brooken. I can't wait for that to happen. But inside linebacker for Brady, because you see what kind of liability he is on tight ends when Mercedes did that to him. So we need to replace all of that just to give Tony Romo a chance in the next few years. Now, we can't do that with just a few draft picks. We can't do that if we're trying to retool the offensive line at the same time. There's just not enough high-quality players out there, and there's not enough money in Jerry Jones' pocket to be able to do that. Also, we need depth. We need depth for special teams. We need depth for the offensive line because the starters are bad. Just think how bad the backups are, you know? And we need all of that for a Super Bowl run so we can give Tony Romo a Super Bowl caliber team again. He had one before already. That's why I say you don't give him another. But all this needs to happen. And I don't think we can do it. I really don't think we can do it. I think we need to just have a cowboy fire sale. You say we so good, what do you want to give for him? What do you want to give me for him? You want this player? What do you want for him? We just have a big old cowboy auction. We go, hey, Terrence Newman, go for 2 draft picks. I don't care. That's what's got to happen right now because we got to get young. We got to get people in here. We got to get a young corner like Devin McCourty out of draft. We got to get some kind of talent in here, young, and we got to sweep all this negative, woe is me, we suck, we should have been in the Super Bowl, blah, 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 all that bad attitude out of Dallas and come in anew with a new coach, a new scouting department, a new group of players, a new quarterback, everybody new. And Dez is with him, but make sure he knows the only reason why he's there is because he's young. All right, I'm ready to go for it, guys. I'm ready to do it. Ready to do it. Oh yeah, the running back situation. Keep an eye on that. Steven Jackson still got yards behind the Rams line. I don't know what's going on with our running backs. I know we're not blocking for them, but the production is futile, really. All right, holla at you. Peace.